Hello and welcome to BTV News. My name is Ling Huang and here are the headlines for this bulletin. China's attempts to position an oil rig in disputed waters of the East Sea have drawn immediate reaction from world media. 2014 United Nations Day of Vasak opened at Baiding Pagoda in Ningbo province. China's attempts to position an oil rig in disputed waters of the East Sea have drawn immediate reaction from world media. With Chinese ships reportedly ramming Vietnamese vessels in recent days, the story has made the headlines with special coverage plus comments from international politicians and experts. In the following, let's review the front pages of some of the world's leading newspapers on this issue.
The New York Times reports that the incident is the latest chapter in territorial disputes involving China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Brunei, and Malaysia. The New York Times quoted State Department spokeswoman Jen Psaki saying in Washington on Wednesday that given the recent history of tensions in the South China Sea, China's unilateral decision to introduce its oil rig into these disputed waters is provocative and unhelpful. The BBC says the incident was the most serious between the countries at sea in years, with dozens of boats now in the area. The BBC quoted Vietnamese maritime police official Ngo Ngoc Thu when he told media in Hanoi on Wednesday that Chinese boats had collided with Vietnamese vessels 3 times since May the 3rd. Bloomberg reports that Vietnam is prepared to take measures over China's placement of an exploration rig in disputed waters. Bloomberg quoted U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for East Asian and Pacific Affairs Daniel Russell when he said yesterday at a briefing in Hong Kong that no country should seek to use coercion or the threat of force to advance or to assert its claim. Britain's Guardian newspaper calls China's deployment of the oil rig and the flotilla of armed escort ships one of its most provocative steps in a gradual campaign of asserting its sovereignty in the South China Sea. The Newswire quotes Jonathan London, a Vietnam expert at the City University of Hong Kong. Hanoi's back is against the wall, though China's policies, which according to virtually everyone except China are baseless legally, have brought about this situation. The Economist elaborates more on the context of the territorial dispute. China insists the rig is operating in its water. The Newswire deems the basis of China's claim as hazy. China produces maps with a vast U-shaped area covering almost the entire sea, enclosed in a 9-dash line, which it says give its historic rights to the land features and perhaps the water inside. It has no basis in international law, and China has never clarified exactly what it means.